just a good old boy.
Hey y'all, I'm baling hay today. We're rolling. I'm liking this new coon rake that we got. It's doing a pretty dang good job cleaning the field and everything and making uniform rows. One thing that with the old one, with that tractor that we rake with, the 383, is the new one has slots in it off the hydraulic cylinders, so you don't have to have float, whereas our old rake did not. And you were supposed to run that rake with a tractor that had float, but the 383 does not, and that's the tractor that we rake hay with. So we just ran it anyway, and you had to watch, make sure you didn't shove the teeth in the ground so far. And I mean, it is new, but I like the fact that it has that about it, and I like the fact that it has the rear adjustment on the back. I like the valve for the locking instead of the bar, just because you don't have to deal with that bar, because the pin that adjusted the width that you set the rake at would always get turned wrong, and you couldn't take the bar on and off easy, and it was a pain in the rear end if you ever wanted to use it. I'm really liking this new rake, the new improvements, the neck, everything. Now that we've had it for a little bit, I've been running it. I don't know when we're going to be using the 1840 when I can actually film it right. I didn't do a very good job filming it the other day. It's just been hectic. Trying to get everything done before the 4th of July. That's our goal. Sorry, my grandpa called, but I'm really liking the new rake. It seems to really help. The other day when we was baling that, we tried to make the windrow smaller. I left that out. We only raked it with one side of the rake with those coons, and a lot of them, the wheel rakes, you don't have to rake with both sides. You can only rake with one side. So that was we did. We only raked one side. The rows are still that big. This is not our hay. Let me say that too. This is custom hay. Everything I'm baling for the day, today and tomorrow is going to be custom hay work. It's not going to be ours. I've had to get caught up on these custom jobs and get some of these baled. We are actually, compared to the last 2 or 3 years, we are on schedule to be done like we should be done, if not early. If everything keeps going like it is. The only thing I'm worried about is it hasn't rained in 3 weeks here. Really rained. I mean, we've had about 2 weeks ago we had a week there that I mentioned that we had a few scares. There was a few drops fell in some of the areas, but that's it. I wouldn't really call it rain, but rain. It's been 2 or 3 weeks since it last rained, so I hope we're not going into a drought. They say this heat wave that we've had, it's been in the 90s, in mid-90s here, is about to move out. It's abnormally warm for this time of the year too. You normally don't see these kind of temperatures till July and August, and it's been hot, I'll put it that way. Even at night it's hot. But they're saying this is going to move out at the end of the week. We're going to start seeing the temperature is going to start coming back down. I think maybe when that happens, the rain will probably come back in. We're not dry by any means yet because we have had so much rain for so long, but we need to get some water falling here in the next week or two, or we're not going to really have much of a second crop or second cut. May even have to cut them off, clean them off, and then get a third if it kind of looks like it's going to start raining. I don't know how that's going to work out. A lot of y'all are probably wondering what happened, because you went from saying y'all wasn't getting a square baler and you couldn't really, hoping to get a round baler this year, but didn't know, and what all went down. Well, we've been wanting a square baler for a long time, like I said, and we're trying to bale more squares and less rolls. It's basically what it boils down to. We wanted a higher capacity baler because the hay is so heavy. A, because of the rain we've had, and B, because of the soil management that I've been doing on all our fields has really helped turning out in the last 3 years we've been doing it, and every year it seems to keep getting better and better. It's kind of, I'd like to see it just level out now. It keeps getting thicker. I don't even know if I want to try to get it any thicker than it is now, because it's becoming a pain in the rear end to bale. But hey, we just wanted more speed out of the square baler, and we decided last week we was having trouble. The hay was so heavy. With that baler, we could bale it, but it's just extremely slow, and we're not going to get all the hay that we had down bale in the time, in the amount of time that we had before it was going to get to basically bleached or cooked. So we decided that we needed to make a change. So what we did is we took the money that we were saving for a round baler, and we bought the square baler, and the rake was just kind of a little icing on top of the cake, I guess. What does that mean for a round baler is probably what you're wondering. Well, it means that we're going to find out just how good this claas is for a while. That's what it means. And I don't know how long it'll take, ever how long it takes. It may take another year or two before we can get us in a round baler or trade. But when we trade, we're kind of throwing around the idea rather than just buying a round baler, buying a whole new rig. And what I mean by that is getting rid of the McCormick and buying a higher horsepower tractor in its place. Even though the McCormick is technically the biggest tractor we have, buying a 120, 130 horse tractor is somewhere in the ballpark of 90 to 100 horse PTO. It's kind of where I want to be. And selling both round balers for one round baler, because we're going to be squaring more, we won't need two. We'll just need one and maybe go that route, but who knows, a lot can change in 2 years. Depends on which direction the money flows and how things are looking. But as of right now, that's kind of what we've been throwing around as a possibility, because we know we need a bigger tractor to round bale with these newer round balers that's coming out, and with the kind of baler that we want, like this claas. I want something with a little more power. This tractor here has been a good tractor to pull this baler with. Obviously, it's baled every bale where this baler's ever went through it, other than that little stint that we had there but 2 years ago, for a month or two. And it's done a really good job, but it's always never had quite enough power to handle this baler like it really needs to be handled. This baler is capable of a lot more than I'm doing with it. It always has been. I've always could have ran a lot faster than I run. There's two things that limits us. One, you're going to notice in this video, I am running fast in some shots, and then I slow down. Well, that's because the ground is so darn rough, you cannot go over it without tearing something up or throwing yourself out of the seat. Some fields I could run faster, but I just don't have the horsepower to go over the hills that I need to pull this baler. If I was on bottom land that was flat and it actually laid good, where I could run good, This tractor has got enough horsepower where I can do that, but I'm not on bottomland. I'm on hills and terrace ground and mountains, and some every now and then I get it on a decent field where I can actually run like I did today, and it'll run that way. But going up and down hills, this tractor just does not have enough to do it, and it's not rated at that. This tractor's rated at 75 horse PTO, and that's it. Really, you need a high 80s to 90 horse PTO tractor to properly pull this baler like it needs to be pulled. But I've always made do with this one because it was what we had. In the McCormick, well, that's a whole nother story. Y'all know the story behind that. Finally got the parts with that thing, or haven't gotten them yet. I ordered them. Boy, there's a story with that one. The last time I went through this, it took me forever to get the parts I needed. I had to call and pester the dealerships to death to finally get them to send me my parts. Well, this time around, I had the same problem. I called the dealership, they say they call me back. They never call me back. They won't ever call me back. I have to call them and pester them, and then they give you an attitude, and this is a multitude of McCormick dealers that do this. I finally found one down in South Georgia that is called, Lord, I don't even know. I'd have to look it up. I forgot now what I think it's Miles Tractor Company in South Georgia. I finally got a hold of them through a friend of ours that lives up here right next to the McCormick dealer that's here in North Georgia, and they don't like dealing with them either, so they go all the way down to South Georgia and buy all their parts and everything they need and have them shipped here, and they give me the number to this place. And I finally got somebody that actually give a crap enough to call me back and treated me right. And they did. They treated me excellent. I felt like I was dealing with Kane equipment. It was amazing. So it's like you got to weave through the weeds just to find a decent dealer that'll actually pick the phone up and call you back, or stay on the phone with you and give you a price on the parts while you're on the phone. I hate that crap. When people, I'll call you back. 'Cause a lot of times they get busy and they forget to call back or something, or they don't want to deal with you because it's a little bit difficult. So they never do call you back because they're busy. That just pisses me off. It's not the way a dealership is supposed to be run, and some of these dealers that's out here are that way. They just won't call you back, and it pisses me off. I mean, you're in business. I call you. I'm a customer who's paying. We always pay up front in full, and I expect a certain service, and it's hard to find it just anywhere. That's why I drive an hour just to Kane equipment, because all the dealers that's around here, I hate to say it, but all of them's more concerned with God knows what than dealing with the customer. And it feels like I'm walking into a car dealership. You know when you walk in a car dealership and you get those salesmen who are just, I don't know, they're not like a lot of, every now and then you get a good car salesman, but most of the time they're all sleazy, and y'all would probably know what I'm talking about. And that's the feeling you get in some of these dealerships now, and used to it wasn't that way. And I cannot stand a dealership like that. I hate them. I don't do business with them. I stay away from them because that's not the kind of people I want to deal with. I want to deal with farmers, people who know something about the equipment they're trying to sell, and that have farmed before in their life and know something about what they're doing. And that's who I want to deal with. And I don't know. Anyway, we got the parts ordered for it. I had to get both clutch packs to go in it, and get that thing back going again, hopefully. It wasn't that bad. I think it was $500 for everything to rebuild it and the ass end of that thing. So Thanks for watching. Please comment, rate, and subscribe, and I'll see y'all next time.